Hi guys, for review I got the Lenovo Vibe K5. It's got a 13 megapixel camera on the rear, it's got a 5 megapixel camera on the front. As with all Lenovo smartphones, you get this case, which is I think a good thing. K5 looks pretty similar to the iPhone. It's got a beautiful, nice 5-inch display. Pretty good smartphone for this price range, I'd say. So, if you want to check it out, check the rest of the review. The virtual keyboard has pretty good separated keys, so I didn't mistype while I was using the keyboard, but I really miss the numbers on the top of the keyboard. You cannot add them, so it's a minus for me. The device feels very tight in hands, it's quality built, and the rear cover is I think from metal, or maybe it's plastic, but it looks really good, it feels good under the thumbs, and it's not slippery. It won't slip out of your hands. Lenovo really upgraded the build quality of their smartphones. They're no longer look cheap plastic, they look really premium. This one has 8mm in profile. It's pretty thin and it's got thinned out edges, which makes it feel very good in hands. In the box you get a plastic cover, which is always a good thing, if you're clumsy, but it makes it a bit bulkier, so I prefer using it without the cover. The design is pretty good. It looks like iPhone, but it's a good iPhone looks good, so this looks good too. It's a classical design with black front glass, and this rear cover, I'd say it's metal, but maybe it's plastic. But it's a good plastic if it's not metal. Ergonomics is also very good. The edges are thinned out, and keys on the side are very precise for touch. They're bumped up enough, and you got virtual keys below the screen. They're not part of the screen, which is always a good thing as on Samsung devices, so it's easier to operate with this device. Below the cover you have a battery and you have a dual SIM option. The battery is sadly the biggest disadvantage of this device. It lasts only 1 day and it charges 2.5 hours, a bit longer than on other devices. But you'll see everything else on this device is pretty good. The screen is really top of the range for this price range. The color reproduction is awesome. It's an IPS display. It's a little bit darker, but it's very sharp. It's got beautiful colors, 5-inch diagonal with HD resolution, 294 ppi pixel density, which is slightly less than top of the range on smartphones, but it's very good for this price range. It looks pretty good even on direct sunlight right now, but it's not perfect as Samsung AMOLED, the best AMOLED displays on direct sunlight. So we put the brightness on maximum, automatic, and still it's not bright enough. It should be a little bit brighter, but it's usable. The virtual keyboard has separated keys, so I didn't mistype while I was using the keyboard. But I really miss the numbers on the top of the keyboard. You cannot add them, so it's a minus for me. All the icons are on the first screens, so you don't have a menu. It's like on the iPhone, but you can get an Android launcher for menu if you really want to have a separate menu. The fast settings that you pull up from the top bar are pretty small. They're it's not easy to handle them. Icons are too small, so when you want to adjust the brightness or something like that, it's pretty clumsy to do that. So Lenovo K5 has a 415 Snapdragon chipset. It's a mid-range chipset, but it works pretty good with this Android. It didn't slow down, it didn't block while I was reviewing it for the past week. But for that, check the special video for gaming and to do benchmark and other stuff to see how fast this device is. Also, I'll tell you that it has a front 5 and a rear 13 megapixel camera. Cameras are pretty good for this price range. You get pretty good photos even in low light conditions, but for that check our special video with all the samples and details. And the third video we have is the sound quality test to see how loud are these two speakers with Dolby on the back. They're pretty good, but check the test with the decibel meter and everything else. The main competitors to Lenovo K5 are HTC Desire 510, Galaxy A3 2016, and LG Spirit, and compared to them, this one is much better, I'd say. So in the end, you know, I don't mention the price when I'm reviewing smartphones. I'm just looking at their specifications and the way they feel in hand and stuff like that. So I'd say that K5 belongs to some price range from $300. It's got pretty good specs, very nice 5-inch display. It's a little bit darker, but it's very sharp. It's a very good display. And also the cameras, their performance is pretty good compared to the other smartphones from this price range. And if you look at the price, if you check the price, you'll see that actually it's not a $300 price range. It's much cheaper. So, you know, this K5 stands up from its price range, and it's a pretty good deal for the price. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you like this review. Check the rest on Gadget Compare to see the full review, and see you in another video. Bye.